What if one unexpected move was enough to send millions of fans into detective mode? For the last few days, the internet has been exploding with one question that nobody seems able to answer. Is everything really okay between A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, or are fans reading into something much bigger? It all started after Rocky made a headline-grabbing comment during a live performance, a moment that instantly spread across social media and divided the internet. While some people brushed it off as nothing more than stage banter, others believed it crossed a line, especially considering his relationship with Rihanna. But just when everyone thought the controversy would fade away, Rocky made another move that had fans talking all over again. Within minutes, clips, reactions, and theories flooded TikTok, Instagram, and X. Some claimed he was trying to silence the criticism. Others insisted he was sending a subtle message that only Rihanna would truly understand. And before long, every small detail, from old interviews to public appearances, was being re-examined under a microscope. Meanwhile, Rihanna stayed characteristically calm, refusing to address the growing speculation directly. That silence only fueled even more questions. Was there really tension behind the scenes? Or was the internet creating a story that never existed in the first place? As celebrities and fans continued weighing in, opinions became more divided than ever. Some called Rocky's actions disrespectful, while others argued that people were completely misunderstanding the couple's unique sense of humor and relationship dynamic. So what actually happened? Was this another case of social media turning a single moment into a massive controversy? Or did A$AP Rocky's latest move reveal something fans weren't supposed to notice? Stay with us, because we are breaking down the full timeline, the viral reactions, and the surprising details that have everyone talking. The timing couldn't have been more explosive. Just as fans thought the online debate was finally beginning to cool down, A$AP Rocky made another public appearance that instantly reignited the conversation. Within minutes, clips from the event were circulating across social media, hashtags started trending again, and thousands of fans were asking the exact same question. Was Rocky deliberately sending a message, or was the internet simply seeing what it wanted to see? That's what makes this story so fascinating. Because unlike many celebrity controversies that disappear after a day or two, this one refused to go away. Every new video, every public appearance, and every interview suddenly became another piece of a puzzle that millions of people were trying to solve. The entire situation actually began during one of Rocky's recent concerts. While performing in front of a packed audience, the rapper paused for a moment to interact with the crowd. As performers often do, he complimented the audience, especially the women standing near the stage. Then he jokingly added that if he was single, the women in the crowd could get it. The audience laughed. Many people inside the venue treated it like another entertaining concert moment. But everything changed the moment someone uploaded a short clip online. Within hours, that brief video had spread across TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. Millions of people watched the clip without seeing the full concert or hearing the surrounding context. Almost immediately, opinions split into two completely different camps. One side argued that Rocky had crossed a line. According to these critics, it wasn't just another joke. They believed that making comments like that while being in a long-term relationship with Rihanna, and being the father of their children, was disrespectful. Many fans pointed out that Rihanna has repeatedly praised Rocky in interviews, calling him an incredible father and someone she deeply loves and respects. Because of that, they felt his comment didn't match the image the couple had built over the last several years. Others went even further. Some claimed the comment embarrassed Rihanna publicly. Others suggested it showed a lack of respect for his family. And before long, reaction videos started appearing everywhere. Creators analyzed his body language. Relationship experts gave their opinions. Celebrity gossip pages began posting polls asking followers whose side they were on. Suddenly, One sentence from a concert had become one of the biggest celebrity discussions on the internet. But that wasn't the only reason people kept talking. As usually happens online, once a controversy begins, people start digging through the past. Old interviews resurfaced. Older concert clips were reposted. Fans even began revisiting moments from previous red carpets, award shows, and public appearances involving Rocky and Rihanna. Every interaction was suddenly being examined through a completely different lens. One clip showed Rocky joking around during an interview. Another featured him responding sarcastically to photographers. A separate video from months earlier also started making the rounds again. To many viewers, these older moments suddenly looked suspicious, even though they hadn't attracted much attention when they originally happened. That's the power of social media. Once a certain narrative gains momentum, people naturally begin connecting unrelated moments together. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. Soon, fan theories became even more dramatic. Some claimed there was hidden tension between Rocky and Rihanna. Others insisted they were secretly having relationship problems. A few even speculated that the couple was simply putting on a happy face for the public. However, none of those claims came with verified evidence. They were simply opinions shared across social media. Still, speculation spread much faster than facts. Meanwhile, Rihanna remained completely silent. She didn't post any statements. She didn't respond during interviews. She didn't react publicly to the growing controversy. Ironically, that silence made the discussion even bigger. Some fans believed her silence proved nothing was wrong. Others interpreted it as a sign that she was upset. In reality, nobody outside their inner circle knew what she was actually thinking. Yet that uncertainty only encouraged more debate online. Then another unexpected detail entered the conversation. People began bringing up Drake. Although there was no confirmed public feud happening at that moment, social media users quickly started comparing Rocky's controversy with Drake's long history involving Rihanna. Memes flooded the internet. Old interviews resurfaced once again. People joked about how Drake might be reacting behind the scenes. Whether those jokes were serious or not didn't really matter. They kept the story alive. Celebrity blogs noticed the spike in engagement and continued posting updates almost daily. Entertainment channels discussed every new rumor. TikTok creators stitched together dozens of videos trying to build their own timelines. Before long, the original concert clip wasn't even the main story anymore. The internet had transformed it into something much larger. Then came another twist. While many celebrities choose to ignore online criticism, Rocky appeared to indirectly respond during another live performance. Instead of giving a serious explanation, he joked about the criticism itself. He referenced some of the strange rumors circulating online, including jokes about the clothes people claimed he was wearing, and dismissed the backlash with humor before moving on with the show. Supporters loved the response. They argued that Rocky refused to let internet outrage control him. According to them, performers often joke with audiences to create excitement, and this situation was no different. Critics, however, weren't convinced. Some believed he should have addressed the controversy more seriously. Others felt joking about it only made things worse. Again, the internet split into two sides. One defending him, the other criticizing him. But through all of this, one important fact often got overlooked. Neither Rocky nor Rihanna publicly confirmed that there were any problems in their relationship. Everything being discussed online was based on interpretations, reactions, and speculation. Still, speculation is often enough to keep a celebrity story trending. And that's exactly what happened here. The longer the silence continued, the more creative the theories became. Some fans analyzed recent photographs. Others compared body language from public events. A few even examined old interviews, searching for clues they believed everyone had previously missed. It almost became a full-time investigation for some corners of the internet. But perhaps the biggest reason this controversy captured so much attention is because Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have always been viewed as one of entertainment's strongest couples. Their relationship has often appeared relaxed, playful, and supportive. Both have publicly spoken about their admiration for one another. They've celebrated major milestones together. They've built a family together. Because of that reputation, even the smallest unexpected moment naturally attracted enormous attention. Whether Rocky's concert comment was simply harmless entertainment or something fans interpreted too personally remains a topic of debate. But one thing is undeniable. The conversation was far from over. Because as more videos surfaced and even more people began sharing their opinions, an entirely new wave of reactions was about to push this story into an even bigger spotlight. As the debate continued to dominate social media, something unexpected began to happen. The conversation was no longer centered on what A$AP Rocky had actually said during his concert. Instead, it shifted towards something much bigger: his entire public image, and, more importantly, his relationship with Rihanna. Fans who had followed the couple for years suddenly found themselves divided. One group insisted that Rocky's comments reflected a deeper issue, while another argued that people were completely ignoring the personalities of two entertainers who had always approached fame differently. The internet, however, wasn't interested in waiting for facts. Within days, old interviews featuring both Rocky and Rihanna started resurfacing across every major platform. Clips from fashion events, award shows, backstage moments, and red carpet appearances were edited together into long compilations. Each creator had a different theory, and each video claimed to reveal something everyone had supposedly missed. One interview, in particular, began gaining traction again. It featured Rihanna speaking warmly about Rocky, describing him as someone who constantly made her laugh and someone she trusted deeply. She praised him as a devoted father and hinted that their friendship had always been the foundation of their relationship. Supporters immediately pointed to those comments. If Rihanna herself speaks about him this way, many fans argued, why is the internet trying so hard to convince everyone there's trouble? For many people, that seemed like a fair question. After all, public opinion often forms much faster than the truth. A few seconds of viral footage can outweigh years of interviews, appearances, and personal history. Still, critics weren't convinced. They believed actions always speak louder than words. Some argued that regardless of whether Rocky intended the comment as a joke, celebrities, especially those in high-profile relationships, should understand how quickly their words spread online. Others felt entertainers sometimes hide behind the phrase, "it's just a joke," whenever backlash appears. That disagreement fueled another wave of reaction videos. Relationship coaches weighed in. Entertainment bloggers published opinion pieces. Podcast hosts debated whether public figures should change the way they interact with fans once they become parents. The discussion became much broader than A$AP Rocky himself. It turned into a conversation about celebrity responsibility. Meanwhile, Rocky appeared completely unfazed. Rather than disappearing from public view, he continued making appearances, attending events, and promoting his projects as usual. For supporters, that confidence suggested one thing. If there really were major problems behind closed doors, would he appear this relaxed? Critics offered the opposite interpretation. They claim celebrities are trained to smile in public regardless of what's happening privately. Again, the internet found itself arguing over assumptions rather than confirmed facts. Then another old clip resurfaced. In the interview, Rocky jokingly described himself as someone who enjoys fashion, expensive clothing, and being treated well by the women in his life. Years ago, many viewers had laughed at his playful confidence. But during this controversy, the same clip was viewed very differently. Some people suddenly labeled the comments arrogant. Others insisted he had always been joking. The change wasn't in the video itself. The change was in how people interpreted it. That's one of the most fascinating things about celebrity culture. The exact same interview can produce completely different reactions depending on what headlines are dominating the news. As more creators joined the conversation, another theory began spreading rapidly. Some users claimed Rocky's concert comments weren't directed at Rihanna at all, they were simply part of a common performance technique. Experienced performers have long known that complimenting an audience creates energy. Stand-up comedians do it. Musicians do it. Hosts do it. Engaging directly with fans often helps build excitement before launching into the next song or segment. Supporters argued that Rocky was doing exactly that. They pointed out countless examples of artists calling audience members beautiful, attractive, or amazing during concerts without anyone interpreting those moments as relationship problems. Critics responded with a simple argument. They believed Rocky's wording crossed a line because he specifically imagined himself as single. That single phrase became the center of countless debates. Entire live streams were dedicated to discussing whether those few words were harmless or disrespectful. At the same time, another interesting pattern started emerging. The louder social media became, the quieter Rihanna remained. She continued focusing on her businesses, public appearances, and family without directly acknowledging the controversy. For longtime fans, that wasn't surprising. Rihanna has often chosen silence over public arguments. Throughout her career, she has rarely responded to every rumor circulating online. Some people viewed her silence as confidence. Others interpreted it as strategic. Whatever the reason, it had an unintended effect. It kept people talking. Without an official statement from either side, speculation filled the empty space. Every public appearance became another headline. If Rocky smiled, people analyzed it. If Rihanna smiled, people analyzed it. If they appeared together, people searched their body language. If they appeared separately, that became another discussion entirely. The cycle seemed endless. Then entertainment insiders began reminding fans about something many had forgotten. Rocky and Rihanna weren't strangers who suddenly fell in love. Their friendship stretched back years before they became a couple. They had collaborated professionally, traveled together, and built a strong friendship long before romance entered the picture. Many fans argued that this long history gave them a level of understanding outsiders simply couldn't see. According to that perspective, one concert joke wasn't likely to destroy a relationship built over so many years. Still, social media thrives on uncertainty. A peaceful relationship rarely trends. A possible controversy almost always does. That's why every new rumor spread so quickly. Then another surprising development occurred. Some commentators began criticizing the internet itself. Instead of focusing on Rocky's words, they questioned why audiences are so eager to assume the worst whenever celebrities make mistakes. They argued that modern social media rewards outrage. Algorithms push emotional content. The stronger the reaction, the more people comment. The more people comment, the further the story spreads. In other words, controversy becomes entertainment. Ironically, several creators admitted they had watched the original clip multiple times before realizing it was much shorter than the discussions surrounding it. The debates had become larger than the event itself. Even so, not everyone believed the criticism was unfair. Many fans maintained that public figures carry enormous influence and should think carefully before making statements that can easily be misunderstood. From their perspective, celebrities don't lose responsibility simply because they are performing. That viewpoint gained considerable support as well. By now, two completely different narratives had formed online. One described Rocky as a loyal partner whose joke had been taken out of context. The other portrayed him as someone who had publicly embarrassed Rihanna. Both sides believed they were defending the truth. But only Rocky and Rihanna actually knew what was happening inside their relationship. Everyone else was simply interpreting moments from the outside. Yet despite all the opinions, one major question remained unanswered. If the controversy truly meant nothing, why did it continue dominating headlines for so many days? And more importantly, would Rocky or Rihanna eventually decide to address the speculation directly, or would another unexpected public appearance add even more fuel to the fire? That answer was about to arrive sooner than anyone expected, and it would send the internet into another frenzy. As the online debate showed no signs of slowing down, fans everywhere were waiting for one thing above all else: a clear response. Would ASAP Rocky explain what he meant? Would Rihanna finally address the rumors? Or would they simply let the internet keep talking? Surprisingly, neither of them rushed to issue a detailed public statement. Instead, Rocky continued doing exactly what he had been doing before the controversy began: performing, attending public events, and carrying himself with the same confidence that fans had come to expect. For some people, that confidence spoke volumes. Supporters argued that someone dealing with serious relationship problems probably wouldn't appear so relaxed in public. They believed Rocky's refusal to panic suggested there wasn't much truth behind the growing rumors. Others weren't convinced. Critics argued that celebrities have spent years learning how to separate their public image from their private lives. Just because someone appears calm in front of cameras doesn't necessarily reveal what's happening behind closed doors. Both opinions gained traction, but neither side could offer concrete proof. That was the biggest problem throughout this entire story. Almost every theory circulating online was built on interpretation rather than confirmed facts. Still, speculation continued to dominate entertainment headlines. As more creators covered the topic, attention gradually shifted back toward Rihanna herself. Fans began asking an entirely different question. Why wasn't Rihanna responding? For longtime followers, the answer seemed simple. Throughout her career, Rihanna has rarely reacted to every rumor involving her personal life. Whether it was relationship gossip, business speculation, or internet drama, she has consistently chosen to let time speak louder than headlines. Many supporters believed she was doing exactly that once again. Rather than feeding the controversy, she stayed focused on her family, her businesses, and her professional commitments. Ironically, that silence may have been the strongest response of all. Because while social media was busy creating theories, Rihanna appeared determined not to let those theories control the narrative. At the same time, several entertainment commentators began offering a more balanced perspective. They reminded audiences that being in the spotlight comes with unique challenges. Every joke becomes a headline. Every facial expression becomes a story. Every pause during an interview gets analyzed frame by frame. For celebrities like ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, whose every move attracts worldwide attention, that level of scrutiny is almost impossible to avoid. One commentator made an interesting observation. They suggested that ordinary couples joke with one another every single day without anyone paying attention. But when celebrities do something similar, millions of strangers suddenly feel invited into the conversation. Whether that's fair or not remains open for debate. As the days passed, newer stories slowly began replacing the controversy on social media. Trending topics changed. Entertainment pages moved on to fresh headlines. New celebrity moments captured public attention. Yet the discussion surrounding Rocky and Rihanna left behind an important reminder about how quickly online narratives can grow. A single concert moment had turned into days of non-stop speculation. Old interviews were re-examined. Years-old clips resurfaced. Relationship theories spread across multiple platforms. And millions of people formed strong opinions without ever hearing directly from the couple themselves. Eventually, some fans started looking back at the controversy with a different perspective. Instead of asking whether Rocky's comment was disrespectful, they began asking whether the internet had overreacted. After all, performers have long interacted playfully with audiences. Artists often exaggerate emotions to energize a crowd. Comedians push boundaries. Musicians flirt with their audiences during live performances. It's part of entertainment. That doesn't automatically mean those performances reflect their private relationships. Others, however, maintained their original position. They believe that words matter, especially when spoken by public figures with enormous influence. From that point of view, celebrities should be careful about the messages they send, regardless of whether they are on stage or off. Neither opinion completely disappeared. Instead, both continued existing side by side. And perhaps that's why this story became so popular. There was no obvious villain. There was no confirmed betrayal. There was no official breakup announcement. Instead, there was uncertainty. And uncertainty is often what keeps people talking the longest. One thing, however, remained impossible to ignore. Whenever Rihanna and Rocky have appeared together publicly over the years, they've consistently shown signs of comfort, humor, and mutual support. They've spoken positively about one another in interviews. They've celebrated major milestones together. They've embraced parenthood together. None of those moments suddenly disappear because of one controversial headline. That doesn't mean criticism isn't valid. Fans are free to disagree with Rocky's comments. Others are equally free to believe the joke was harmless. But it's important to separate personal opinions from confirmed facts. At this point, there has been no verified evidence showing that the couple's relationship is falling apart because of this incident. Most of the dramatic claims circulating online remain exactly what they started as speculation. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson in this entire story. In today's digital world, a 6-second clip can travel across the globe before anyone hears the full context. Opinions spread faster than facts. Rumors often generate more clicks than corrections. And once a narrative begins trending, it becomes incredibly difficult to stop. Whether you believe Rocky made an inappropriate joke or simply entertained his audience, one thing is certain. He succeeded in getting the world's attention. For days, social media couldn't stop talking about him. Entertainment channels analyzed every detail. Fans debated every possible meaning. And even people who had never followed the couple suddenly found themselves discussing their relationship. Only time will reveal whether this controversy becomes nothing more than another forgotten internet debate, or whether future events give fans a completely different perspective. Until then, the truth remains known only to the people at the center of the story. What do you think? Did A$AP Rocky's concert comments go too far, or did social media turn an ordinary performance into an unnecessary controversy? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest celebrity news, trending stories, and entertainment updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.